It's because the emotions they feel are not intense enough for them to consistently want to see you. It's just that simple, right? I always say a crackhead is the most predictable person on the planet. Why? Because they're addicted to crack, right? The more addictive the drug is, the more predictable they are, right? You could sling rocks at a crackhead, like real rocks, and they'll still do crack no matter what, right? And so when somebody's in love, when somebody likes you, and you'll notice, right? It's a compulsion. You have a part of you has no control, and if you do have some control, good for you. But generally speaking, when you like someone, you lose control. You know what to do, but because you like them so much, the intensity of doing the opposite is so great that you end up breaking a lot of the rules that I teach.
By the way, check out my new channel, Professor Alex. It's a channel that I created where I talk about spirituality, self-help, and topics like the ones you see here. It's completely different from the men's channel. So click on that right now, and there you'll be able to get 3 or 4 videos per week that you will never find on this channel. Okay, subscribe right now or else I'm closing it.
The difference is that if somebody really likes you, they're going to be willing to deal with your mess up. They're going to be willing to deal with your flaws a lot more. When somebody likes you and you act needy, they're more forgiving of your needy, creepy behavior. When somebody doesn't like you and you're needy, they tend to have a lower threshold for your needy behavior, right? And so this is why applying my strategies, it can be so hard because of the compulsion to do the opposite. It really is, right? But generally speaking, man, like anytime I'm with someone and I can't predict them, that's a red flag. That is a red flag. I don't know whether or not I'm actually going to see you this week. That's a red flag. And it's not the fact that you're busy. It's just the fact that you don't like me enough to go out of your way, even though it hurts you. Unpredictable partners have a strong attachment to you, right? Because you know that they're willing to leave their jobs for you. They're willing to stop doing something they really like for you. They're willing to pick up the phone in the middle of the night for you because you know they're addicted to you. It's just how that works, right? And a lot of people just stay in these types of relationships where they don't really trust the person where they don't really trust whether or not the person is actually going to be there next week. You know, they don't really trust whether or not this person is actually going to be there for them whenever they need an emotional support, right? They can sense that they're a burden to them. And so don't see unpredictability as a puzzle to understand. See unpredictability as a sign that they don't like you that much. Motherfucker, you better like me enough for you to be predictable. It's just that simple. Like I've been in those situations. And the problem with this is that a lot of you guys might be in these situations, but you guys might be telling yourself you might be selectively remembering the positive things they said or the promise of predictability, and your mind goes back to those moments, and it makes you forget what your eyes actually see, because that's confirmation bias. You want them to like you so badly that you're willing to forget all the BS that they did to you and just focus on the few moments of predictability. Let me tell you something. There's a reason why you feel that way. There's a reason why you can't trust them. It's because you can't. You know, you deserve better. You deserve somebody who is actually gonna see you and follow through on it. That is actually gonna say, I'm gonna do this, and they're actually gonna do it. Who actually remembers your birthday? Who actually remembers the special days? You can't settle for anything less than that, because what that says is it says everything about your self-esteem, everything. And you know, people know when they're taking advantage of you. They kind of know. Most people have a conscience, so they stop over time, but they kind of know, you know. And you can't reward unpredictable behavior with predictable behavior on your part. You're just lowering your value over time. You know what I'm saying? That's how you guys got to do it, man. Me, when I date women, man, if you're not predictable, I'm not going out with you. You're too unpredictable, girl. And if you come back to me after leaving me on Reddit, say, hey, I'm sorry, my phone died, I'm like, look, love, I don't mind you, but I feel like a lot of things happen to you when it comes to me, and this might be a sign of the universe that we shouldn't be talking, because always something happens. Your grandma fell from the stairs last week. You know, she choked on the pork chop the next week after that. You know, the next week your phone dropped. I mean, what type of Friday the 13th type of luck do you have? Like, Is that gonna happen to me when I'm with you? Like, absolutely not. I'm not ready for that type of headache, people. Only date predictable people. And how do you know? Because you could tell, you could predict them, right? And again, anyways, people, I just came from a 10-day retreat 4 days ago, but I'm so excited to be back. So excited.